Hi, I'm Malay Pandey, and for the past 2 years, I've been working at Nikore Associates, a research and policy firm. And this is a story of what I did there, what I learned, and why I'm moving on to whatever is next. I grew up in Lucknow in an IB school environment, and honestly, I don't give it enough credit for everything that it has taught me about thinking about the world. I often think about these things retrospectively because IB didn't just teach me what to think, it taught me how to think and how thoughts are structured in storytelling, especially why something framed this way, who's telling that story. And somewhere along my journalism and mass communications degree, I became almost obsessed with understanding these ideas. When I started working, I was a graphics designer. It was pretty straightforward execution work, but I quickly realized that there was lots and lots of amazing research work, policy work happening all around me, but the way in which it was being communicated, maybe it was not keeping up. So my role expanded a lot. I moved from just designing outputs to designing how work happened. What that meant for me was I put together the organization's first ever brand guidelines. They defined what consistency looks like across everything that we do. So presentation, social media posts, reports, documents, newsletters, certificates, all of those had to have a coherent visual language, and all of our logo positioning and things like that had to be very synchronized. I also built a centralized media system. Before that, people were like chasing each other, asking for logos, photos, details about an event. So I organized everything. I put together a PR ready folder with the branded assets, team members information, everything you might need for external communications. In the past couple of months, I've also started doing product work. I build NAAS. It's actually something which saves me a lot of hours in a week, and I hope it continues to do so for the team as well. So before NAAS, someone would like have to manually write down each letter, format it, check it, then send it. So it's basically a tool which helps me in generating letters of recommendation, other documents, certificates which we have to issue. And it sounds simple, but for an organization like ours, which is processing dozens of documents every single week, it saves us a lot of hours. And that's the kind of thing I love doing, identifying a problem that's killing people's time, and then addressing it and putting together a solution that works in favor of everyone. It's not glamorous, but it makes the work really smooth. But the most important part of this job was not at my desk. Even though this desk is where I've spent the most volume of my time, the learnings have actually all come from my fieldwork. I traveled to remote villages, Limkheda in Gujarat, Dimapur in Nagaland, and many other places which I wouldn't be able to pronounce properly without looking them up. I spoke to women entrepreneurs who were building businesses with practically nothing, and they were somehow succeeding. I documented the infrastructure projects in understanding people's perception of how a good or a bad footpath affects their everyday life. I covered major conferences for international clients and report launches, and through all of that, I realized that the work that I was doing was changing me. As in, I stopped seeing content for just content. I started seeing it as evidence, which had to be handled with a lot more responsibility. And what that meant for me as a learning was that design is not just decoration, it's interpretation. Good design is often invisible. It's in the systems that make the work smoother. It's in the clarity that people don't even realize that they're experiencing. Communication is not just about saying things clearly, it's also about knowing who you're talking to and why something should matter to them. These kind of stakeholder engagements have taught me a lot to look at my work as not just something which makes design sense, but also something that makes business sense. And fieldwork mainly taught me perspective, because once you sat across someone whose reality looks nothing like yours, you can't go back and design things the same way you used to. And none of this work happened in isolation. And honestly, the people here that I worked with are the reason that I'm leaving a better version of myself. Firstly, thank you so much to Mitali Nikore ma'am. She gave me the trust and autonomy from day one. most organizations would not let a 21-year-old redesign their entire design and communication system, but she did. And she believed in the work before it was obvious, and that kind of leadership changed how I approach problems here. Manat ma'am, Girish sir, Biprajit, Abhishek, Mozan, Akshata, Dimple, Yashvi, Prachi, all of these people have been an incredible part for me here at Nikore Associates. I distinctly remember Joshua and I working on Figma files at like 1-2 a.m. and I loved working with all of you guys. Incredible team, really skilled people. Totni was the person that I did the most amount of field visits with. She taught me a lot, and really great colleague. It was amazing to work with people of this caliber. They were very compassionate and very good at handling a lot of decisions which made business sense as well as design and aesthetic sense, which is something I hope to learn going forward. And if I were to thank every single person in this video, it will be very long, but some names that I distinctly want to call out. Varulika ma'am, she's been my manager way before this job, like since college days, and across all of the time that I spent with her, she has shown me how to lead with competence as well as compassion. That is something which I really want to carry forward. Vandana was the most direct communicator, and she gave the most actionable feedback to me. Vandana was amazing to work with, and her habit of switching to Hindi whenever she would get frustrated, that's iconic for me. And everyone else that I encountered at Nikore Associates, it was great working with all of you. And what I learned from all of the good work that is happening around me is that when a small team of people start to work together, it creates the Lollapalooza effect, wherein the end result is something significantly better and larger than what individual efforts could have managed to put together. And now I am open to pursue a lot of other things. I am also building things on the side, which I might share here. Honestly, this year showed me the kind of work that I want to do and the kind of thinker that I want to become. I especially thrive in environments which have small teams, but a lot more independence. And that's where I do my best thinking. That's the kind of environment that I wish to have around me someday as well. This video marks a transition for me. But everything that I've learned here about design, about communication, about listening to people's stories and telling them and making processes and documentation to help others who are also part of the process of the work, everything stays with me. And thanks to every single person at Nikore Associates, genuinely. And if you are someone who's building something small which lacks organization, and you need someone who thinks about how work happens, not just what gets delivered, let's talk. And that's a wrap.
कमरे में घुसता जैसे हाथी, टेबल बैठा तो फिर गांधी, करते मोटा 4 शो का होते दंगे, चलती लाठी। हमने हार से सीखा और सीखों से जीत बना दी। सोना था हर राम, तभी तो किस्मत हो रही चांदी चांदी। एक दिन रहता दिल्ली, दूजे दिन में बैठा बाली। पंगा चीते से तो समझो रास्ता बिल्ली काटे काली। I can see through all of them, ये रैपर सबके सब है जाली। जब जब पैरी मांगे पैर, तब तब पैरी मांगे पानी, you know।